Good morning and welcome to City of Light. I'm Reverend Dr. Paul Gretz, and it's a delight to welcome each and every one of you who are joining us. We welcome those who are coming to our celebration service through our Facebook program of our outreach, as well as our YouTube channel, City of Light Atlanta. And we appreciate everyone joining us in our auditorium today as we celebrate love. That's right. We're celebrating love in a wonderful way as we honor our volunteers that we love so much, and showing our appreciation for each and every one of you who have volunteered in service so many ways. Following our service today, we're going to gather together for a brunch in your honor. That's right. We're going to celebrate each and every one of you and the wonderful gifts of service that you've brought. We invite everyone to stay with us and enjoy the great time of fellowship together following our celebration today. But in particular, we want to say thank you to each and every one during our service today and through this fellowship time following our service as well. And as we begin, let's welcome one another with the words that you find on our screen that really celebrate who we are, what our calling is, what our mission is all about, and how we hope to facilitate all of it. Join with me with these words, would you please? Welcome to City of Light. This is a place where people of like mind come together to recognize in Christ consciousness that there truly is only one power, ever present and all-knowing. We offer a positive and practical approach to a lifetime of spiritual growth. We know we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience in this world, and we celebrate our diversity, welcoming everyone in unity. We know that how we act is the greatest expression of what we believe. So we live out our calling to be a light for the world, a light of love, truth, and understanding that is making a difference. And so it is. I love that as we proclaim, and so it truly is. All that we've shared in that welcoming statement is happening here and now, where we're living out this wonderful sense of hospitality, of great love for one another, a great awareness of the divine presence within us, a great awareness of a consciousness of Christ alive within our lives. Please rise as you're able, in body or in spirit. Let's join together in singing this opening song, This Joy That I Have. The world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world can't take it.
Amen. You may be seated. We welcome this wonderful joy, peace, and love within our hearts and our lives, knowing that the divine source of all good is where it comes from. Our first act of celebration today is that of doing unto others. And during this month, we've been collecting for an incredible partnering program, the United Negro College Fund. For years, we've been supporting this incredible program of providing education opportunities for those who are financially challenged and those who may come from a minority group that sometimes has always been overlooked. So we want to be there to help empower people through this journey. So I want to give generously towards this incredible cause of support to the United Negro College Fund. Ushers, would you come and share these cans? And as you do, let's give generously. For those of you who would like to participate in doing unto others with our offering, you may give through our website at www.cityoflightatlanta.com. You can go there and there's a donate button and offer your gifts at any time. We appreciate that so much. Let me highlight some of the announcements of all the exciting things that are happening. And of course, today, we want to honor all of our volunteers that have served so faithfully throughout this past year. We want to take a moment to celebrate each and every one of you. And again, following our service, we want to remind you, join us for this wonderful meal in your honor, a beautiful brunch that's been prepared. We encourage everyone to come on out and fellowship. And these are some of the wonderful opportunities that we have of coming together once again as community. Through some of these great opportunities of sharing in hospitality, coming together and having a wonderful meal together. Well, today it's all about celebrating our volunteers. We have got some exciting classes that are taking place during this next month. And we're excited to let you know that on Tuesdays, we are offering the ongoing study of the Energy Connection by Joyce Reynolds. Reverend Dr. Joyce Reynolds was a faculty member here in the Emerson Institute. She passed away this last year. We're looking at her book. It's starting on Tuesdays, starting the first Tuesday of March at 7 p.m. You can join us for this study. Along with it, we're launching a 21-day scripting challenge that you can engage in, that you learn the power of scripting for your life and how you can set the course for amazing things to manifest within you. Now, when we're talking about manifesting, Thursdays at 10:30 a.m., we're engaging in this wonderful class discussion and course entitled Manifesting Your Success. If you'd like to be successful in relationships, if you want to be successful in love, if you want to be successful in your business and achieve your goals, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to be successful in health and wholeness, this class is for you. We're helping you understand how you can manifest that success in your journey. So join us for this great discussion and learning opportunity. I'm presenting the materials that I'm putting together as an author of this program. So I invite you to be part of this exciting study, 10:30 Thursday mornings here at City of Light. Our prayer ministry is ongoing, and if you received a prayer request card, well, we want to encourage you to take a moment to fill out that card and slip that completed card in the offering cans as it goes by. Each week, our prayer requests are listed in our Facebook, inviting you to join us in prayer, praying for each one of these requests. And following the 7 days of prayer provided by our over 500 and some people that are invited to join in prayer, well, those prayer requests are going up to Silent Unity in Kansas City, a partnering prayer ministry that will pray for these requests for the next 30 days. We appreciate that. Coming up March the 6th is the traditional New Thought Sunday. New Thought Sunday is celebrated all around the world on that occasion, and we're going to celebrate it in great form here at City of Light. So we invite you all to come on out and join us as we discover a greater understanding what is the New Thought journey that we're talking about. We're going to host a roundtable discussion following our service as well with some wonderful food and fellowship, but each table will have a table captain to help you as you ask questions and learn more about the New Thought journey. New Thought is nothing new. It's ancient wisdom. So don't get confused that we're presenting you something new. We're talking about the spiritual truth that has been echoing down through the ages. And we want to get back to the roots of things, really the foundation of spiritual life. Down through our journey of religion, there's been adaptations and diversions and unique pathways taking us further and further on journeys that may take us away from the initial truth. Let's get back to the roots. Let's get back to that ancient wisdom. Let's get back to that powerful truth that's at work within our lives. We're celebrating that the first Sunday of March, so come on out, bring your friends. If they've got questions, what is New Thought? We hope to answer all of those and help you on that journey on that special Sunday. We want to invite you to encourage one another to join us through our live streaming programs, through our YouTube channel, City of Light Atlanta. If you've not signed up to be a subscriber, we appreciate if you would. The more subscribers we have to our YouTube channel, the broader it becomes and how it expands to reach out the world with this message that we're offering every Sunday. At our YouTube channel, you'll find all of our classes, all of our services, every one of our workshops. They're all library there, so if you've missed anything, you can go back there at any time. When you pull that up on YouTube, simply go to YouTube, type in City of Light Atlanta. It'll pop up for you on your screen. Just click on that. It'll ask you if you'd like to subscribe. Now, subscribing doesn't mean that you're paying anything. It just means that you're a follower of it. And the more followers we have, that elevates our YouTube channel out there more and more into the world, that more people will find access to it. So we appreciate if you all would join us through our YouTube channel, City of Light Atlanta. We're celebrating 50 years this year, and you all are looking fabulous for 50. You're looking just really great, and we think about 50 years of ministry in Atlanta and the powerful journey that we've had of teaching and calling the world to be and to do. And in 2022, that's what it's all about. Once again, we're echoing the voice of calling people to be the voice of God, to be the hands of God, to be the expression of the divine in our world, to be and to do the love, the grace, the compassion. During the month of February, our theme is love. Be and do love. We want to celebrate that. And with that idea, we want to offer some love to each and every one of you. So I'm going to call out, if you are a member of our media team and have served in any way in this capacity, we want to offer a round of applause and say thank you. Would you join with me in thanking our media team? We appreciate those. And Steve and Dr. David Carter and others who've assisted, we greatly appreciate your volunteerism in this area. For those who've served as ushers, we want to say thank you to your work in ushering as well. Let's give a round of applause to our ushers and say thank you so much for the work that you've done. We appreciate that. For those who offered in our music department, we appreciate our vocalists and our instrumentalists and our minister of music as well. Let's give them all a round of hand. We appreciate you so much every Sunday offering your time and your talents. We want to say thank you to our hospitality team because, well, got to say thanks to those great cooks, right? And all those people who set out all the delicious food before service, after service, helping to create a welcoming atmosphere here at City of Light. Let's give those fine people a round of applause as well. Let's say thank you to our Crossroads Community Center volunteers, those who've been working week after week, cooking, preparing, serving, working in the clothing closet, providing opportunities for people to have fresh, clean clothing, the food bank on Fridays that's serving groceries and assisting those who are facing the weekend without any kind of additional food sources with a sort of a take-home bag for the weekend. We appreciate so much of the volunteers that have served in that area. Let's give each one of those volunteers a big hand because we so appreciate each and every one of you. Honestly, you've just done an amazing job through this pandemic, through the times when so many people were shutting down and closing. You've been there, and we greatly appreciate that. Along with that, Crossroads Community Center, I want to say a special thank you to one of our resources, and that is Andre Cross, who's here from Grace Methodist. Andre, give a wave here. We want to say thank you to you. He's one of the additional food sources that brings food to our program. You know, each week we're receiving all kinds of food from restaurants and agencies that help us serve the homeless with a hot meal that's delicious. And I got to brag a little bit, got some fabulous turkey chili that he made, that he sent out to help us out, and it was delicious. Amazing talents that he's offered us and gifts and resources. We so appreciate you as well, because it's this collaboration that makes it work, that makes everything come together so beautifully. We receive food items from Second Helping as well, a wonderful agency that gleans from restaurants and from grocery stores and food services and brings that food in. And let me tell you this, sometimes the Wednesday night is a gourmet feast. We just received some lobster bisque. We've had some wonderful salads with gorgonzola cheese and roasted pecans. We've had roast beef and delicious pork loins and fabulous chicken. And of course, you can't go wrong with macaroni and cheese and all the collard greens and peach cobbler. On goes the list of things that we receive that are donated to us for us to serve through our program of Feeding the Hungry and the Homeless. We're so grateful for all these wonderful resources and, more importantly, the volunteers that make it possible. We want to say thank you to everyone who has helped us in assisting in cleanup, caring for the building, working on the grounds, helping out in so many diverse ways. I just want you to just give each and every one of you a round of applause because you've all been such a gift. And we thank you for the incredible work that you've been doing. So today, our brunch is in your honor. And we want to celebrate volunteer service and the generosity of giving of time and talent that so many of you have offered. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. This ministry would not be what it is without you. And we appreciate your gifts, your sharing of your time. And I know you all are busy people, but you all are willing to share and give of that, and it's greatly appreciated. And my heart goes out to you, each and every one, as we want to share that love to one another. We appreciate it so much. Please center your heart now as we begin to prepare for what God has in store. As we go to prayer, we want to invite you to join in singing this simple song. When I breathe in peace. And when I breathe out, I'm breathing out love to the world around me, to one another. I'm breathing out this wonderful love of the divine presence deep within us. Let's join together in singing this meditation on breathing. And as we do, let's prepare our hearts for prayer.
I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
Let us pray. And this I know to be true. God is love, and love is all there really is. Love is the fulfillment of the law of good, and no life is complete without it. I am in this love. It expresses within me, through me, all around me, as me, and always for me, out into my world. As an individualized expression of this love, I dedicate myself to beholding the divine in all people and in every situation. I allow God to be God in each person as is their journey, and I don't judge it. Instead, I recognize and appreciate the beauty of each soul expressing as God. And now in the silence, let us open our hearts and minds and hear Spirit speak to us. And together we declare, and so it is. Please rise now if you are able in body and in spirit, and join the voice and instruments of celebration in singing the Lord's Prayer.
Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
You may be seated. Well, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Tomorrow is a great day of celebration of love. And this month, we're all focusing on the power of love within our hearts and our lives and how it transforms us and changes us. As we think about love, we think about Valentine's Day. How many of you remember as a child sharing Valentines at school? And you share them with everyone. It didn't have to be someone you're romantically inclined towards. It can be a day of celebrating great love and understanding love to be shared with each and every one. I know we focus a lot on romantic love, but it's also a focus on the wonderful love that we can share to one another and just be loving people, and how important that wonderful power of love is within our lives. There was an older woman, and she ran into her good friend. She said, "You're not going to believe this, but I got to tell you what I found on Valentine's Day. I found this beautiful bottle. It was gorgeous. And I began to just polish it and rub it, and all of a sudden, out came a genie." A genie? Yes. Now, today's contemporary genies no longer give you 3 wishes. A little cheaper and discount on this one. This genie simply said, "I'm going to give you 2 options that are available for you as your best wishes. And they are, you can either have a much better memory, or it can make your spouse the greatest lover. Friend, wait a minute. Better memory, spouse being a better lover. That sounds really great. What tough choice. What did you choose? She says, well, that's the funniest thing. I can't remember. Divine love, this wonderful love within us, helps us to become great lovers. Lovers in all different dynamics, in all different ways. When we understand this wonderful divine love within our lives, we understand this power that's available to us. Ancient spiritual traditions of so many sources have always referred to this wonderful love as a divine aspect, a divine love. So when we begin to understand this divine love at work within our lives, we become those greatest lovers without a genie. And it is something that is memorable regardless. So what we want to understand is this beautiful phrase that describes God as love. When we look to 1 John chapter 4, it says, anyone who does not love does not know God because God is love. We struggle sometimes to define what God is. Trying to explain God to our children, trying to explain God even to congregations. Over the years of 44 years of pastoral work, it's been a difficult journey to try to help everyone understand, what is this thing called God? What is this? So often in our efforts to explain God, we've sort of humanized God. We've called God our Father, and that our Father is there to be that wonderful presence that's going to be in our lives, and we go to the Father as if we're going to some being or some location or some place. Yet there's not a spot where God is not. So when we understand that, we know that God could not be one being or one place or one location, but that is this universal power and presence. And when the early writers referred to God as Father, it was a wonderful explanation of us, helping us understand God as divine source. For the Father was, in ancient times, the source of all that was provided for the family. It became the center of source, and so that term became the simple illustration to help us comprehend this divine love that was so great. A divine source might be the greater understanding. So many people have struggled with this idea of God being somewhere that is out there ready to punish, ready to judge. And because of this idea of God, they feel so separate from God. Probably the number one challenge I have as a pastor is working with people to help them understand there is no separation between you and God. Divine love is flowing in you, through you, around you, and always for you. Yet we have grown up in a world that has taught over and over again this concept of God being pictured somewhere up on a golden throne, judging and looking down as if he's from some distant place or distant source, and that we're going to this individual being that we've sort of personalized, we've made into an individual, that we go to this rather than understanding that divine presence is with us at all times, never leaving us nor forsaking us. So when we grasp that, we remove this idea of separation, and the idea of separation from God also makes us feel many times separate from love, because God is love. And when we feel separate from God, we struggle and we feel that separation from love itself within our lives. So often within that separation, we're just struggling to say, I got to achieve love. I got to get love. I've got to acquire love. I've got to find a way to experience love outside of just being still and knowing love, divine love, already within us. Within. That's right. Because God is love, and God is within you. For Jesus spoke over and over again, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Yet sometimes we've got the idea the kingdom of heaven is when you die, some other place, some distant destination, something that you will go to later on in the journey of this lifetime. It's not something here and now. Oh, but it is. It's within you. And Jesus even spoke and saying, as we read the explanation of what this kingdom is, that it's here and it's now, right now in this moment. It's within each and every one of us. When we grasp this concept, we remove all these ideas of separation, and suddenly we understand if God is within, then love is within. And love is already here. Not something I need to acquire, not to seek and reach out for, not something I need to get. Oh, no. It's something I need to give. I need to allow it to flow out. It's already present within me. Love is not about getting. Love is about giving. And in the giving, there is the receiving. It becomes this wonderful cycle that we must sow to reap. And too often we think, I'd rather reap first before I sow. But that's against all laws of nature. We think, well, wait, you love me and then I'll love you back. Let me reap some love from you. Let me harvest some love in this context, and then I'll love back. Oh no, it always begins, everything in the cycles of sowing and reaping begin with the first aspect of that of which we give out, we share, we demonstrate this wonderful love, and as we do, it cycles back to us. It's within. And so we dig down within to find this wonderful feeling of love that is like a fountain that's ever flowing within our lives. There was a Hindu story of the Creator and the angels discussing, where should we hide God's divinity? Where should we hide this wonderful divinity within? Where should we do this? And one angel said, how about the bottom of the ocean? Sounds good, but I think humanity is a little too smart. They might find it there easily. Well, where should we hide it then? How about the center of the earth? Well, I suspect that someday humanity may go there too. Well, we need some obscure spot to hide this divinity within man. Where do we hide this? And he said, how about the highest mountain? I'm afraid humanity may find it there. Oh, said one. How about we place it in some place where they'll never think to look? Within. Isn't that true? So often in our lives, we think love is to be found here, love is to be found there, love is to be gotten or received or acquired from this person or this place or this environment or this group or this community. On goes the list of where we're looking for love, and looking for love in all the wrong places is sometimes our theme song. When we realize it's within us, it's already there, it's present. The divine presence of God is in you, for you are created as that being with the DNA, the very essence, the very expression of God deep within you, and that is this wonderful, incredible love. So love then is abundant because it's in you and you and you and you and you and you and me and each and every one of us. Love is in everything. And when we understand that, how beautiful it is that we start to see that even the hardest experiences of our life are based in love. Everything we go through is love to be found and love to be experienced. This past year, my beloved partner Robert passed away. And I reflect because I'm coming upon the anniversary of his closing moments of his life. During this time a year ago, hospice was in my home, and we were each day discussing, would this be the day that he transitioned? I think about that experience. I think about the challenge of losing someone who you spent truly a lifetime with, it seems, 21 years, and them slipping away from us. And I realized that there was something very powerful that was taking place within my life, something very meaningful. I was experiencing that love was in that experience. That love was there even in the final moments, that love was there in the 21 years that we were sharing together, that love was there to be experienced, be acknowledged, and to be learned. Sometimes in life as a pastor, working in counseling, over 44 years, I can't tell you how many people have come to me as couples and have said, we're falling out of love, and our relationship is no longer working. It's one of those things where, as a pastor, you're trying to help people through that journey. And you begin to wonder, wow, some very intelligent, wonderful, gifted people, knowledgeable, sweet, and kind, they're falling out of love, and they're no longer in love. Is this the journey for humanity? And I often wondered myself, as I counseled so many people who had fallen out of love in relationships, would that happen to me one day? Would I fall out of love? But you see, what was so beautiful is the wonderful gift that the realizing that in the journey of caring for Robert in his struggles with cancer, of being there each and every day, I was learning this wonderful beauty of love that the more you give, the more it's there. The more you share of love, the more it rises up within you. The more that it's distributed, it's like an unlimited source. And you can't just say, I've given love, and the more I love, well, I realized there's more love to give. And the more I loved, the deeper I was in love. Not waiting for love to come to me, but the more I gave love, the more I was in love. And that is the cycle that we need to engage in each and every day as called to be people of God who are love in this world. That we understand that the more we give, the more we receive back. For love is this wonderful work that we do that we could never take a vacation from. We're called to love. We're called to love every day, not to stop loving. But I found this, that the more you love something, the more you're in love with it. The more you demonstrate love, the more I demonstrate love with my dog, the more I'm in love with my dog. The more I demonstrate love with my house, the more I'm in love with my house. The more I demonstrate love with hobbies and interests, the more I'm in love with those things. How do I keep in love? How do I stay in love? It's by giving love. And what a beautiful lesson is that life is there for each and every one of us. That we are then in this wonderful journey where we express this love that's growing within us and within our lives. Jesus spoke about this kingdom within us, this center of love within our life, this God place within us, calling us the very temple of the Lord, the dwelling place of God, God dwelling in each and every one, love dwelling in each and every one of us. I think if he were a contemporary today, the language might be a little different because he might choose words that fit for our culture here and now. We don't think much about kingdoms. We don't live in a kingdom. We live in a democracy. So it might be a little bit difficult for understand those words of what was he meaning when he said kingdom. I think he might say that he would have said that there's a wonderful dimension. I think that might be a more contemporary term for Jesus. That heaven refers to this vast sense of spaciousness, a dimension of the divine, a dimension of God. And that there, in that dimension, there's unlimited possibilities for each and every one of us. That the dimension of God, the kingdom of God, the dwelling of God is within each and every one of us, and there's unlimited possibilities. Unlimited possibilities for loving. Unlimited possibilities for being and doing love in this world. As we celebrate 50 years, we look back on the wonderful journey of being love for those who have been marginalized and for those who have been outcast in the journey of the history of this church, of being love and doing love in so many different capacities, of demonstrating that love that's inclusive and welcoming each and every one, of being a compassionate program for 22 years, of reaching out, of feeding the hungry and the homeless, providing clothes, food bank programs. These kind of things where we've been being love and doing love. We celebrate because we understand there's unlimited possibilities for us in this journey of love. We need to awaken to it and go into that dimension, go into that kingdom, dwell there in a fresh new way, and take time to feel the love that is within us, to feel it, to just rest in it. When's the last time you paused and began to feel God, love within your life? When we do this, we become the center of love. We become this radiant source of love, that we can be that person that can love unconditionally because we understand that it's there within us. Let me tell you, it's really interesting. When you are love and you awaken to love, because that's who you are, that love is so rich and boundless and full of unlimited possibilities that you can love unconditionally. And when you're loving unconditionally, you're loving non-judgmentally. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Because you just love everything. There's no judgment. It's not a judgment of good or bad. This is good or that's bad, or you're right or you're wrong. It's suddenly I just love you. I love you. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if we could love people who think differently or have a different opinion or like something different than us? But that's what we're called to do, to be and do a love that is so unconditional, it's non-judgmental of anyone's act, action, deed, words, opinions, or perspectives. We just love. We just love. How amazing that is when we discover this, that this is the vastness of unlimited possibilities. We think, wait a minute, I can love only those who agree with me, only those who think like me, only those who act like me, look like me, etc., etc. We go through all the lists, and we put such condition on loving. And if you're not in any of those groups, I can't love you, we say. But that love of God is filled with infinite possibilities that we can love everything. And once we understand this vastness of love within us, here's the amazing thing that happens to us. We start seeing everything as love. Everything we see and look at is love. How amazing that is within our lives. Everything happens to then guide us. It is a tool. It is a gift. It is there then saying, I see everything as love, so love is guiding me into more love. Wow. Being led, guided into more love, deeper love. How wonderful it is. Everything we go through in life is truly the reaction to what's going on inside our lives. So if love is going on, what's the reaction? More love, right? If we're just working so hard on, I feel the love, I see the love, everything is love, everything around me is love. And when I'm embracing that, well, the reaction to any experience in my life is love. When you get in your car and you're driving down the interstate and somebody cuts you off and your reaction is love, you can wave with all fingers up and you can smile and you can gesture and you can be saying, I bless you as you drive by without using your blinker and cutting me off in traffic. You see, it's a simple illustration of what happens when we begin to engage. I am love, and love is flowing in me and through me and all around me, and I can be that kind of person where I see everything as love. And I don't see anything as that is hurtful and harmful in my life. Instead, I see it as something that's being attracted to me for the purpose of growing and maturing in love. Every experience, then, that is given to us in life is an opportunity to go within and to experience love. Everything we're going through, we go to the center, we go to the temple, we go within that place that we are, and we find that love that's deep within our hearts, and we share it, and we give it, and we sow it, and we reap it, and it goes on in this wonderful cycle that every experience then becomes transformed by that love. Every hurt, every wound, every harmful word, every experience that we have labeled as negative becomes transformed by love because we see that person as love. Not as the words that they share, not as the wounds that they want to bestow upon us, not as the oppressor, but we see them as love. And we look beyond what's going on, what the experience is, and we respond back with this wonderful gift of love, and we transform it. We understand that when we do this, we are allowing this wonderful experience to come to our life in a new way where we ask, could this experience be a gift or an opportunity from myself to myself so that I can grow in love? Wow. Could this experience, could that words that they've shared, that hurt that they want to bestow, could this be an experience for me as a gift that's coming to me, for me to learn how to grow in unconditional, non-judgmental love? Wow. Wonderful that is. And when we think from that perspective, we transform the experience. We change the experience. We create a new outlook, a new feeling, and a new attitude. And then we ask, if expanding in love then is the reason for this experience, what is my heart telling me to do? If this experience is to help me grow, if this experience is there as a gift to me to experience more love, what should I do? How should I act? We begin to ask ourselves, oh, I know what to do. I know how to act. More love. More love. I start seeing anyone, everything, any experience simply as love. To start seeing everything as love, what happens for our lives is first we must decide to do that. I can't make you. I can invite you. But you have to make your own decision that says, I am now changing my outlook. I see the world totally differently. I see everything as love. I don't see the hurt, the wound. Oh, it may be there. I look beyond that. How many of you heard that song, He looked beyond my faults and saw my need? And that's our theme song. I am called to look beyond the faults of this world and to see the need. And when I look beyond, I see the love, the need for love, the cry for love, the compassion that's required or requested. And I begin to act so differently for I transform the experience. We then start seeing and looking at everything from this loving presence that's within our life. And we begin to then understand that what we are doing is we are being and doing love and creating more love within us. There's a story of a man who played in a piano bar. And he was a good piano player. And people came out just to hear him play because his music was just wonderful. But one night, a patron called out to him and said, I don't want to hear your play anymore. I want to hear you sing. Wait a minute. I don't want to sing a song, the piano player said. The man said, I don't sing. Oh, but the customer persisted. Come on, just sing. No more piano playing. I want to hear you sing. The bartender said, go ahead. He's a great patron here. He wants to hear you sing. Can you just sing a song or two? Can you just do it? He's tired of listening to the piano. Just go ahead and try to sing. So the piano player began to play a tune and sing along. And he had never sung in public before, but he did this for the very first time. And nobody ever heard the song Mona Lisa sung that way, sung by Nat King Cole that night. He sang because the music was within him. We love because the love is within us. It's easy for us to love when we awaken to this. God in me is love. The presence within me is love. I don't need to look for it, hunt for it, try to acquire it. I just need to give it. I need to be it. I need to do it because it's in me. It's already there. And the world is offering me opportunities for me to share it. Challenges, opportunities, obstacles that come our way that we may think are so difficult, we've judged from that perspective, are now transformed into, this is a gift for me to do the work of God that's already within me, to be the love for this world. Now, we sang, the world didn't give it to me. The world can't take it away because it's in you. It's not something that was given from an outside source. It was innately within you, for the presence of God has always been in you. Would you wake up to that? That's it. Would you wake up to the awareness of the music within, the love within, the grace within, the compassion within? Be and do. Amen. We have this wonderful opportunity to share in acts of love through our offerings, through our giving of tithes and offerings that can bless the ministry and work of God. So today, we invite you to share generously. As you do, let's join in this affirmation that you find on our screen that really proclaims an affirmation of celebration of God's wonderful abundance within our lives. And we are going to invite the ushers to come by in just a moment. So we want to just engage in this wonderful proclamation. Let's share it together. City of Light is a thriving community that is experiencing the abundance of God. We are growing and flourishing because we believe and practice the teaching of spiritual truth. As we give and receive, we join now in the divine flow. We know that all we share with life returns to us abundantly. And so it is. Ushers, would you come? hear the very voice of God, the very presence of God speaking to us through that simple song? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. This is the call of God speaking to us right now. Not for one, but for everyone. For each and everyone. Let us be the congregation that is being love, doing love, and calling the world to continue to do so as well. Join with me in this closing song that says, yes, there is peace on earth. Yes, it begins within me. In me is where this peace is radiating from. This love is radiating from. This joy is radiating from. Join with us as we sing this together in closing. Please rise.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins in me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as my center, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins in me.
Would you pray with me? Let's pray together. This we know to be our truth, a truth that resounds down through the ages, that the love of God is deep within us, not to be acquired, but to be awakened to, not to be sought out after, but to be just a dwelling in this wonderful awareness. Love is who I am, for God is within me, and God is love. In this great proclamation, then, we walk and live and breathe in this understanding that love is that which we're called to be and do. And we go forth in this world now as ambassadors of that wonderful message, calling one another to be and to do this incredible gift of love, this expression of God, the divine, the source flowing in and through our lives. And for each and every one, I claim for you this week, for those who are viewing, that they might experience this love to the highest and deepest level, that they might awaken to it within their life. For those who are gathered in this room, that they might experience it today in the fullest experience through the words that we share and the appreciation we offer and the meal that we partake together, that this may be a wonderful moment of being and doing love for one another to the greatest extent. And we claim that as we do this, with great gratitude, we release this power, we release this presence, knowing that we will transform the world. For with God as our center, united are we, for we are those who are joining in the spirit of love, as God unites us in that spirit. And so we release this now in these words, claiming together it is so, as we say, and so it is.
So take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins in me.
I want to say thank you to all of you who are joining us through our live streaming program and through our YouTube channel at City of Light Atlanta, as well as those who have gathered here in our auditorium. We're encouraging you to stay a little longer and join us for a wonderful brunch where we're saying thank you to one another. Now, here's your assignment. As you go out, make sure you say thank you to each and every person you encounter, because everyone has been a volunteer in service in some capacity here in this ministry. And we want to show our appreciation to the greatest level we can, to let those words of gratitude be expressed to one another as we share this meal together. And if you need prayer, I'll be up front here to pray with you. When the cameras go off and others are leaving the sanctuary, know that there's someone here to partner in prayer with you, no matter what your need may be. God bless you as we go in God's peace.